motor lost oil pressure. So not sure what is going on there, and everybody's stressed and, you know, a little bit worried about what it might be. So
dust we got to make face powder out of, that'd do it.
All right, so Dad just got out from under the car. He's got a part in his hand. Can you tell us what you think is going on and why we might have lost oil pressure last night?
So this is the valve for the pressure relief, okay? And
On the pump.
On the pump. And there's a spring that goes in here that keeps this seated. There's the seat area right there where it seats inside the pump, okay? And you have spring pressure here in a little cap, okay? So you can have different springs to hold a different amount of tension on here. And our spring is set where it opens up. It has enough pressure here that it opens up and relieves at somewhere, you know, just under 100 pounds, right? Anyway, this got stuck, okay? And when I took the spring out, there's a spring, and then there's a threaded bolt, and then a jam nut. All that was all intact. Took the jam nut, took the threaded bolt out, and the spring, and generally this should just slide out, right, and drop into my hand, and it didn't. It was stuck. And I tried to come in here and get it free with a little pick and that kind of stuff. Nothing dislodged it. So across from this, because it's bored straight through, is a cap, and the cap also has a little pin so that they touch, so this can't get buried in too far. And I took that out, and I used a little tool and got in on top of this with a very small little thing. I had to push really hard, but I popped it loose, okay? And it slid out like it should. So that tells me that this was stuck shut, and it had no pressure relief, which means it would make maximum amount of pressure that the pump can make. It drives that maximum pressure through the cooler and then to the filter, and the filter has a bypass in it. If the pressure's too high, it will push the filter down, right? And it'll bypass the filter. Now, that creates a pressure drop because it's not going through the filter, has no restriction there. So the pressure did go up as the RPMs went up because it was bypassed. So, but as the throttle came down, the pressure came down, and it went into the red zone on our gauge, so that we knew we didn't have enough oil pressure to actually run. And it's a volume thing with that. So I don't think it hurt the engine, because I think the engine got enough volume. It just didn't. And on throttle, the pressure was acceptable, not what we really want, but it wasn't way down there in the red. So I don't think the engine's actually damaged, but we do have to make sure that this is real clean when it gets put back together. We get it back in. We have to make sure that it floats freely. There's a little tiny bit of scoring on it. It's hard to tell. No debris came out with it. I mean, it's hard to tell. I'm under the car. The car's been running. There's a lot of muck under there, but I was pretty careful. And when I pushed on it, it dislodged it. It was stuck in the bottom. So I think we put it back in, and we see how well it goes in and out, and make sure it floats real free. Maybe take a little of the spring pressure out so that it doesn't push quite so hard on it, and flush it, clean it, the port.
Okay.
So if there's a little piece of noogie in there or something, maybe we can get it out and fire it up and see what happens.
Okay. If we're able to get this fixed and run tonight, this will probably be a new video. If that's the case, welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you like it, make sure to like, subscribe, all the normal stuff. If we're not able to get it fixed, then this will probably all be part of the video from last night from Penton. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But Adam is brushing his teeth with the pressure relief valve. He's literally got toothpaste on it.
Trying to take a little deburr off. They're using sandpaper. You don't want to use sandpaper anywhere you've got micron measurements.
We don't have any valve grinding compound in the trailer, we're realizing. And we don't have any emery. So toothpaste it is. Talladega. I think we got a while before we got to worry about that. It's really dry down on the bottom.
Yep.
He might not have run that in yet, though.
Has a fucking lot of banking.
Got a lot of banking coming off of this corner. The other side doesn't have quite as much. It does on entry, but it looks like it kind of levels off back there.
Yep.
And then this side has a ton of banking.
Yep.
All right, we have made it to the Talladega Short Track. This place looks absolutely awesome. It's got some really cool banking, especially in 3 and 4. So now we're gonna get the car out of the trailer. We're gonna light the motor off and see what we've got.
Minus our oil pressure mystery. Not too bad. We have a tire donut. That's a little bit new. And we knocked the skirt off. Just tweaked the right rear corner just a little bit. Nothing. No big a deal. We'll put the braces back on. These guys. And we'll be ready to go. So I don't have another piece of skirt material, so we'll be running minus a right rear skirt. Just getting ready to put oil in it. Check for pressure.
Okay, quick update here. Looks like we are gonna run tonight. Fletcher's under the car, changing a gear. Going to a different gear. Adam is washing the car because we did get really nasty last night. We're done on the engine for now, and I'm about to rebuild some of this right rear quarter panel because we ended up taking some damage last night. Nothing bad, little donut mark on the 95, that's okay. So I just got to rebuild that stringer and we'll be good to go. Tires are on the car. We'll be ready before too long. win 25 lap features. First one is about to roll. Had a tough qualifying session, but we're just here to get laps, so let's see what happens.
is over. Back in the back, so we're dealing with back in the back stuff.
Do you want to elaborate?
It's a bit of a lunatic fest back there, but that happens. Just tried to run 25 laps and I ran 24, so we'll see. See if we can't
Well,
run.
you ran all the laps, but
Yeah,
we were one lap down. One lap down to 1 or 2 cars by the end, but overall it was a good race for us. It was a really terrible race for some of the people around us.
Yeah, it got pretty hectic.
It did.
But I got a couple of really good starts. I got to start on the top and the bottom, so we got to experience that. This place is tough. It's very technical. It feels like a technical track to me.
More technical than last night, I think.
Yes.
Last night, the track almost, it helps you.
Yeah.
Here, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah. He's got the wrong home.
All right, so we're tightening up the car a little bit with a couple different things. We got some toe changes that we've made. We have done some stuff on the right rear as well, and we're playing with some tire pressures. So the track is definitely getting dry, so we're trying to fight that a little bit and get the car to stick to the ground even though it's slicking off and losing grip. So we'll see how that works out. Our toe change is to make the car a little bit more drivable. It also tightens it up a little bit, but make it a little bit more drivable and give Fletcher a little bit more comfort on the dust. So, and it is throwing dust. So we'll see what happens. We got another 25 lap feature ahead of us. So yeah, hopefully it goes even better than the last. Okay, we are back in the shop. Welcome back to the 95 shop from, Talladega. It's been a long week. From Talladega. So I don't think I recorded like any videos after we started the second feature. We went out for the second feature and they did like a pace lap or two and the car looked really, really good. Fletcher actually got out of the car and was like, we were going to go forward. We were going to pass some cars. I thought the car looked really good. Its attitude looked good on the pace lap. But unfortunately, we had to pull in on like the first or second green flag lap because of this guy right here. Now, if you don't know what this is a brake line on our left rear. And this thing got absolutely torn off the back of the car. I don't know if a rock hit it or if it got hooked on something or what happened, but it absolutely yanked that brake line off of the caliper. Fletcher lost all rear brakes because it was just pumping fluid through the line. So we pulled in. He told me the brakes are gone. We started looking around the car. I could tell that the left front still had brake when he was driving through the pits because I had him stomp on the pedal a little bit just to see if it was working. The front was working fine, but the rears didn't have any brakes. So again, I don't know if we got hit by a piece of debris or whatever, but it was kind of a bummer way to end the night. But overall, you know, another good learning night for us. 25 good hot laps with other cars in the first feature, and then, like I said, I think we're going to be pretty good for the second feature. I was pretty excited to see what we were going to be able to do, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So all that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to help the team out just a little bit extra, we do have a membership page over on a website called Patreon. I'll put a link in the description. People can go over there and subscribe to our page for like $5 or $10 a month, and then that just helps us pay for gas to get up and down the road, pit passes. We can save up and buy a tire every once in a while, or a drum of fuel every once in a while. So if you are able to and you'd like to support the team a little bit extra, be sure to check that out. We greatly appreciate all of our members over there. And yeah, not sure where we're going to be running next. I think we're taking next weekend off. There's not a whole lot of racing around us next weekend, and the weather looks really, really bad. So, but yeah, lots of racing towards the middle and end of next month. So, lots coming down the pipe. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next one.